The world of modern royalty is governed not just by crowns, robes, and ancient rituals, but by optics, the visual language that communicates everything words leave unsaid. Every gesture, every wardrobe choice, and every carefully composed portrait released by the royal family serves a dual purpose: to document history and to shape public perception. Over the past few years, the Prince and Princess of Wales have navigated some of the most intense, emotionally demanding, and transformative periods of their public and personal lives. From the global glare of high-stakes royal engagements and shifting family dynamics to the deeply personal challenge of Catherine's health journey and recovery, William and Kate have found themselves at the very center of a modern royal evolution. Yet as the noise of public commentary reached a fever pitch, the couple made a move that was as quiet as it was profound. It was not a grand televised address or a formal state statement, but a single, carefully curated visual moment, a subtle photo shift that signaled a quiet return to their roots. To understand the weight of this single image, one must look back at the chaotic tapestry of recent royal life. In an era dominated by hyper-curated digital media, formal portraiture often carries a weight of stiffness. For decades, traditional royal images favored structured poses, pristine tailored suits, formal gowns, and rigid backdrops inside palace drawing rooms, elements designed to project power, continuity, and an elevated distance from the everyday public. But Prince William and Princess Catherine have spent years quietly dismantling that template, steadily carving out an identity grounded in authenticity, warmth, and accessibility. The latest portrait, shared to mark a major personal milestone, strips away every remaining vestige of regal formality. There are no gilded frames, no historic estate walls, and no polished dress shoes. Instead, the family of five, William, Catherine, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, are pictured lying in tall, sun-dappled grass. Dressed in relaxed shorts, simple casual shirts, and barefoot or wearing everyday footwear, the family appears completely at ease, wrapped in natural sunlight and genuine, unscripted laughter. The casual observer, it is simply a lovely, candid snapshot of a happy family enjoying a warm afternoon outdoors. But to seasoned royal observers and historians, the composition carries a striking sense of nostalgia and deliberate intent. The image bears an unmistakable resemblance to one of the couple's earliest and most iconic family portraits taken nearly a decade prior, a period when they were young parents building their life away from the immediate weight of the throne. By choosing to mirror the tone, setting, and spirit of their earlier years, William and Catherine sent a clear, unspoken message to the world. Despite the immense pressures of the past few years, the weight of their evolving roles as future king and queen, and the personal battles fought behind closed doors, the core of who they are remains entirely unchanged. They have stripped back the fanfare and returned to the foundational roots that define their partnership from the very beginning: a shared connection to nature, an unshakable family bond, and a devotion to grounded, simple joy. The outdoors has always served as a sanctuary for the Wales family. For Catherine, the natural world is not merely a setting for a backdrop. It is a fundamental element of her philosophy on well-being, early childhood development, and emotional healing. Time and again, when faced with high-stress chapters or momentous personal milestones, the Princess of Wales has turned to nature as a canvas to convey hope, resilience, and quiet strength. This subtle photo move acts as a powerful visual reset. It deliberately draws a line under a period marked by intense scrutiny and health anxieties, redirecting the narrative back toward light, togetherness, and stability. In placing themselves on the ground, literally low to the earth, and side by side with their children and beloved pets, the prince and princess present an image of complete unity and humility. It is a visual reaffirmation that their strength as royal leaders stems directly from their strength as a family unit. The choices behind the camera are just as telling as those in front of it. By partnering with longtime trusted photographers who capture them in unfiltered, organic environments, William and Catherine control their own narrative without saying a single word. They remind the global audience that while their titles may have elevated, their values remain anchored in the life they built together long before the royal crown drew closer. It is a masterclass in soft power, a gentle, affectionate callback to where their journey began, reassuring the public that the future of the monarchy is grounded, steady, and deeply human. This return to simplicity is not merely an aesthetic choice. It is a calculated emotional strategy that highlights the evolution of Catherine and William's public image over the last decade. When the couple first announced their engagement, the visual narrative surrounding them was defined by tradition, duty, and the immense expectation of carrying the monarchy into a new millennium. Their early formal portraits inside Clarence House and Buckingham Palace reflected a couple carefully finding their footing within an ancient institution. However, as their family grew, a distinct shift began to take shape, a gradual movement away from institutional stiffness toward an intimate, nature-centric lifestyle that prioritized privacy and emotional grounding above all else. Central to this transformation has been their home life at Anmer Hall in Norfolk and later Adelaide Cottage in Windsor. Away from the formal corridors of London, Norfolk in particular served as the backdrop where William and Catherine forged their approach to parenting and royalty. It was in the rolling countryside, surrounded by dense woodlands and coastal winds, that they established a sanctuary for Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. The iconic early photographs of the family, such as their 2015 Christmas card featuring a young George playing in the autumn leaves, laid the groundwork for what would become the signature Wales aesthetic: casual knitwear, muddy boots, candid smiles, and an immersive connection to the natural world. By revisiting these exact themes today, the Princess of Wales is subtly reminding the public that despite their elevated status as first in line to the throne, their fundamental identity as a family remains firmly rooted in those quiet Norfolk beginnings. Furthermore, this visual move acts as a powerful therapeutic statement following a year of profound personal trial. Catherine's open discussions regarding her health and recovery highlighted a period of deep reflection for the family. In times of crisis, high-profile figures often lean into formal structures to project stability, but William and Catherine chose the opposite path. They leaned into vulnerability and raw authenticity. By presenting a photo that strips away royal pomp, Catherine visually reinforces the healing power of family, quiet moments, and nature. The image communicates a sense of peace that cannot be manufactured through public relations statements. It is felt instantly through the warm sunlight filtering through the trees, the unposed lean of a child against a parent, and the effortless comfort the couple displays in each other's presence. The subtle photo move also serves as a poignant homage to Prince William's personal history and the enduring legacy of his mother, Diana, Princess of Wales. Diana famously sought to provide her sons with glimpses of a normal, unvarnished life, taking them to theme parks, fast food restaurants, and unstructured outdoor excursions. William has carried that ethos into his own approach to fatherhood, insisting that his children experience a childhood filled with mud, grass, and spontaneous play. The deliberate choice to publish photos of George, Charlotte, and Louis running free in fields or resting casually on bare ground is a direct continuation of Diana's philosophy, a belief that the future monarch must be grounded in the real world to effectively connect with the people they will one day serve. Moreover, the stylistic shift speaks volumes about the modern royal family's relationship with photography itself. In an era where every mobile phone is a camera and public interest can occasionally turn invasive, William and Catherine have mastered the art of self-curated transparency. By releasing high-quality, personal, and relaxed images taken by trusted photographers or Catherine herself, they offer the public a genuine glimpse into their private realm while simultaneously maintaining a protective boundary around their everyday lives. This subtle photo move satisfies the world's desire for connection without sacrificing the sacred intimacy of their home environment. As the royal narrative continues to unfold in a rapidly changing world, this return to their roots serves as a reminder of the couple's long-term vision for the monarchy. It is a vision built on emotional resonance, accessibility, and enduring stability. The photograph does not ask the public to admire an unreachable ideal. Instead, it invites them to share in a universally relatable moment of family warmth, resilience, and quiet joy. Looking closely at the broader impact of this visual return to their roots, the move underscores a profound shift in how the contemporary monarchy communicates its enduring purpose to an international audience. Royal portraiture has historically functioned as an instrument of traditional statecraft, designed to command reverence through distance, splendor, and impenetrable formality. For generations, the crown communicated its legitimacy through magnificent oil paintings and meticulously staged studio photography featuring heavy velvet drapery, polished palace corridors, and imposing regalia. Yet, in an increasingly fast-paced, digital and hyperconnected global community, William and Catherine have realized that true authority and public affection are no longer built on distant grandeur, but on relatable human connection. By stripping away the velvet curtains and gilded throne rooms in favor of golden sunlight and untamed greenery, the Prince and Princess of Wales demonstrate that the modern crown finds its greatest strength not in elevated isolation, but in down-to-earth authenticity. This subtle photographic shift serves as a strategic bridge between the deep history of the institution and its vibrant future. As Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis grow under the relentless watchful eye of the global public, their parents are meticulously shaping how the next generation of royals is perceived and raised. The deliberate choice to capture the children in simple, unpretentious attire, interacting naturally with their parents in outdoor settings, ensures that their formative years are defined by normal, grounded experiences rather than rigid, artificial duty. It instills in the young prince and princesses a sense of internal security and emotional balance that will prove essential as their public responsibilities inevitably expand over time. For the public, seeing the young royals grow up in these serene, natural surroundings creates an authentic emotional bond, a shared journey of watching a young family navigate life's milestones with grace, humility, and steady affection. Behind this visual narrative lies Catherine's deeply held commitment to early childhood development, holistic health, and mental well-being advocacy. Through her extensive work with the Royal Foundation Centre for Early Childhood and her landmark public campaigns, the princess has consistently emphasized that our earliest environments, personal relationships, and direct connections to nature define the emotional foundation of our adult lives. By living out these values in her own family's public portraiture, Catherine practices precisely what she preaches on the global stage. These photographs are not merely pleasant aesthetic choices or clever media strategies. They are direct visual representations of her life's core work. They highlight the vital importance of spending unstructured time outdoors, fostering emotional resilience through family togetherness, and prioritizing mental health above institutional optics. Furthermore, Prince William's role in this visual evolution is equally pivotal to understanding the couple's long-term strategy. As he prepares for his future role as monarch, William carries the dual responsibility of preserving centuries of royal tradition while modernizing the crown so that it remains deeply relevant to contemporary society. His relaxed posture in these portraits, often seen in simple polo shirts, rolled-up sleeves, or casually resting alongside his wife and children on the ground, reflects a leader who is comfortable in his own skin and deeply attuned to the mood of the modern world. It signals an approachable, empathetic style of leadership, one that prioritizes open communication, active listening, and genuine community engagement over archaic protocols and aloof grandiosity. This return to nature also mirrors a broader cultural shift toward mindfulness, sustainability, and appreciation for the simple joys of life. By choosing natural, unvarnished backdrops, the family aligns itself with values that resonate across generations and borders. In a world often overwhelmed by digital noise, intense urbanization, and constant performance, the simplicity of a family sitting together in a field of tall grass feels refreshing and deeply restorative. It invites the audience to slow down, reflect on their own foundational relationships, and appreciate the healing power of the natural environment. Moreover, the artistic execution of these images reinforces a narrative of self-mastery and narrative control. Rather than relying on rigid, high-contrast studio lighting, these candid portraits utilize warm, natural sunlight, organic textures, and soft focus to evoke warmth and intimacy. The absence of heavy editing or artificial staging gives the imagery an enduring quality, allowing it to stand as a timeless testament to a family that chose unity over performance during challenging seasons. By controlling their visual narrative in such a thoughtful, organic manner, the couple effectively neutralizes sensationalism, replacing drama with quiet, undeniable strength. Ultimately, this subtle photo move is far more than a passing trend in royal public relations. It is a timeless statement of resilience, unity, and enduring love. By intentionally returning to the visual language of their earliest days together, Prince William and Princess Catherine have effectively closed one turbulent chapter and opened a hopeful new one. They have reminded the world that despite the grandeur of their official titles, the weight of their constitutional duties, and the unpredictable storms of personal life, their anchor remains firmly planted in the simple, quiet, and sacred space of family. In doing so, they have offered a warm, reassuring vision of the future, one where the monarchy is not just an ancient pillar of state, but a living, breathing reflection of grounded human strength, adaptability, and emotional connection. When analyzing the long-term historical arc of the British monarchy, every era has been defined by its ability to visually adapt to the shifting values of the society it represents. In the Victorian era, the monarchy utilized early photography to emphasize morality, domesticity, and duty, presenting the royal home as a model for the industrializing world. During the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, the grand televised coronation and formal, perfectly composed state portraits established a sense of unbroken continuity and majestic mystery across a changing empire. Today, as William and Catherine step further into the spotlight as the future faces of the institution, they are quietly writing the visual handbook for a 21st century monarchy, one where power is expressed not through grandeur or distance, but through emotional intelligence, accessible humanity, and lived authenticity. This visual recalibration arrives at a pivotal moment when global audiences are increasingly skeptical of curated perfection and performative public roles. By embracing unpolished, candid moments captured in natural environments, the Prince and Princess of Wales demonstrate an intuitive understanding of contemporary communication. They recognize that in a world saturated with hyper-edited images and calculated media, genuine vulnerability and quiet simplicity hold far more cultural sway than traditional royal opulence. The sight of a future king resting barefoot in the grass, or a princess sharing an unscripted, laughing moment with her children, breaks down centuries of social distance while retaining the dignity essential to the crown. Furthermore, this photo move establishes an enduring blueprint for how royal traditions will be transmitted to future generations. By surrounding Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis with a childhood anchored in nature, emotional openness, and simple family life, William and Kate are actively reshaping the lived experience of growing up inside the royal institution. They are building a protective haven that allows their children to develop a strong sense of personal identity before they step fully into their official public destinies. This intentional approach ensures that when the time comes for the young royals to carry the crown forward, they will do so with the same grounded stability, emotional resilience, and deep connection to the real world that their parents have carefully cultivated over years of thoughtful, quiet leadership. Ultimately, this subtle photographic return to their roots is a masterclass in modern royal evolution. It shows a couple who, having weathered personal trials and institutional transitions, remain firmly anchored to the core values that first brought them together. As the monarchy navigates an evolving world, William and Catherine continue to prove that the true strength of the crown lies not in traditional splendor, but in the enduring, quiet power of family, warmth, and shared humanity.